Hello, 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 welcome to the Sound Live. I have a special guest, Kyle Walz, and we're going to be doing some reactions. All right. How you feeling today, Kyle?
I'm doing all right. I think I should have gotten a lot more sleep this weekend because I am tired, but I'm ready to watch some videos with you, man. This is always fun stuff.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually, as a side note to everyone that's following, actually more people than I thought would be are actually following in the comments. I'm actually doing this crazy juice cleanse, and I'm actually on day 10 now.
Oh, wow.
I had 4 days where I ate just raw, and then no food since. So that's pretty interesting. It's a lot of fun.
It is. Cool.
Yeah. And
I've never. I was gonna say I've never tried one of those.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I didn't like it so much at first.
Yeah.
I didn't like it so much at first, but I really like it now.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's like any diet thing. You kind of get used to it. You know, if you ate sardines or maybe broccoli raw all the time, you probably wouldn't like it at first, but then you get used to it because that's just what you do. See that? You got the invisible coffee. Dude, when you turned it upside down the bottom, it was all good until you tipped it. I like that. It's the magic coffee. Oh, that time it was solid.
Khalifa coffee. Go and get some cold brew. All right. So, hello, Vicky. I'm happy to have you here. And this is really exciting. We're going to be doing some music reactions, and we're on kind of a quick time schedule, so we shouldn't wait too long to get started. The first one is going to be a fan request, and this one is my weekly Kyle fan comment request. So I'm doing a post request and a comment request. So there's a lot more comment requests than post requests. That makes sense, right? So yeah. So since there's a lot more of that, then that's what's going to happen. Well, one of each. And this is the most popular comment request. It's been very popular. So let me get it edged up here for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
those suggestions from comments and things, those are so useful to us watching videos and putting this stuff together, because that's so fun to, kind of take a look and see what other people like. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. All right. So we are going to do starting with Alip Bata, one of my absolute favorite guitarists, and definitely my favorite rising fingerstyle acoustic guitarist, throwing in those extra specific words. He is just an incredible player. And I'm just trying to get this all queued up for you here. This one, it does not appear on his channel, unfortunately. I had to go elsewhere to find it. This keeps happening. This keeps happening often, and I'm really not sure why. It's such a shame. But I've seen a lot of other people make reaction videos to this, so I know I haven't heard it, but I know it's going to be really awesome. Are you ready, Kyle, for Alip Bata's fingerstyle acoustic guitar cover of Lingsir Wengi? Apologize if I didn't say that correctly. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Here we go. I love that change.
Those portamento effects are great.
So expressive. Such cool effects with that. The way he did that. So cool the way he tuned that. It was turning the tuning pegs and
Yeah.
bending the strings so expressively and doing that beautiful tap harmonic at the 12th fret, which it was working as a note, a harmonic, and a percussion. And then he kept doing that 24th imaginary fret harmonic. Just, it's just gorgeous.
You know what popped in my head? Have you ever DJ'd like with turntables?
Somewhat, not a whole lot.
Somewhat.
Not with turntables, with a computer.
Okay, well, because I'm old. Back in my DJ phase, I had like a couple CD decks and a turntable, so I could do like 3-way beat juggling.
Shout out to Andy. Hey.
And hey Andy, what's up? So it's so funny because essentially when you're beat juggling, it's almost like you're playing a video game. You're just trying to keep your combo moves going, And watching him, what was it? He was on the D and maybe B strings, changing the tuning on those. It was cool. It was reminding me of beat juggling. It's like, okay, this one is up a step. Okay, now I'm doing this. Okay, this one's down a step. Okay, now this one's back up a step. This one's down a step. And I was thinking, like, if I was playing that, it's like, how would I keep track of that? It's like, what extra kind of thoughts are you doing? Because when you're playing something like that, the technique becomes just another kind of melodic line you have to juggle. That's, I guess, maybe juggling is a more accessible metaphor than DJing. But
I want to talk about the scale a little bit that he was using. It was really cool. It was like, it was not a standard major or minor scale. It was like one of those. I guess the way I learned it was called the tots. You ever hear the 10 tots? Major's one of them, minor's one of them. Anyway, a lot of the modes are them. But then there's weird ones that have, not weird, but have, step and a half gaps and stuff like that, which are really, really cool sounding. And then switching to that Neapolitan, which that's classical terminology, and a lot of people aren't going to know what I'm talking about. But he was playing in E minor. So whenever he switched to that F chord, that up to the next fret, in classical terminology, that's a Neapolitan. It's a flat 2 chord that's major. Anyway, for all the music nerds out there, it's just so, it's, anytime you go up a half step or down a half step, it's the strongest musical change you can have. The smallest amount of movement is the strongest change. And that's illustrated beautifully with the idea of the Amen, right?
Yeah.
Just a half step change. But when you hear that in the church or whatever, it's huge, and just that resolution is just so nice, right? And it's just literally just one group of people moved down one half step, and everybody else stayed the freaking same. But it just sounds so nice. And he was doing those half steps with the tuning pegs, with the bending, and he would go like bending with the like with the like he would go up and then back down and then up, and like just masterful control. And like I was saying, whenever he would go to that F chord, that was just such a gorgeous sound. It would shift the mood to major for a moment instead of being kind of, without better words to say it, kind of almost snake charmery, right? Because it had like a lot of those. It went from the minor to like the diminished, and it had the step and a half interval a lot in the melody, and so it's just a gorgeous combination. And I'm so proud to announce, dude, I got asked to be on Moan Prank. That's gonna be coming out soon. It's a Leaper affiliated channel, and we talked about Elite Bata, and it was really cool, man. Did a little interview. Yeah, it was fun. So I'm really grateful for that. That's going to be coming out maybe this week. I'm not sure when. And you guys can see the way he does this cool. This guy's kind of cool. He wears like an Amazon box in his head. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't actually. Yeah. Is it the or new Amazon box? They changed the little blue sticker thing.
It was just an honor to be on the show, and he was really respectful and that's nice, cool. And his English was pretty good. I was impressed. And,
nice.
He was super polite, and it was kind of hard to schedule the timing of it because of the giant time delay. And I think he was thinking I was like either in your time zone or an Eastern time zone, when actually I'm in LA time. So, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to brag about that. It was so much fun being on it. Okay, everybody,
congrats, man.
Please, let's mash the like button, okay? We're going to see lots of people seeing the stream. We're up to 41. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. This is so much fun. And please share so everybody can see what's going on. Put it on your social media. Say, hey, this cool thing's happening now. And we're about to react to some Nightwish, everybody. This is my choice. This is my choice. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. Why don't we talk about your background with Nightwish, Kyle, a little bit while I'm setting this next one up for you?
Sure. You were the person that introduced me to him. We did the reaction to a reaction, floor singing at the Wacken Festival. And actually, after we did that one, a lot of people gave me many, many good suggestions of other songs. And I just did, I think it's Song of Myself.
That's a good one.
That will be out in a week or two. So I'm slowly learning about Nightwish, because that's one of those bands that I don't get a chance to sit around and listen to metal or different types of music like I used to, working and just being busy with life. So it's really fun. When you introduced me to that band, I was like, hey, this is something right in the Kyle house of and hearing some more is pretty awesome.
I personally have been reacting to Nightwish for quite some time now. I started out with the Wacken Festival, and I did first just that song, Ghost Love Score, and then sort of bounced around, and eventually ended up doing the whole concert before I moved on to the second concert I've been going through. And this time I started from the set opener. That is just much more logical.
Right.
Right? But, I started on track 15 of a concert, so it's understandable why Wacken was a little bit messed up. But that's okay. I'm doing Wembley right now. And so we are on, I believe, track 7, and this is Elan. I believe I'm saying that correctly. I have loved everything that I have heard from Nightwish. And, this concert, a lot of people say that, wasn't quite as good as Wacken. Maybe the vocals weren't quite as, perfect, but dude, I have not heard anything that wasn't incredible in my book. Yes, there's different levels of perfection, right? You can have 100% perfect or 99% perfect versus, 98 or 97, right? But I mean, an A is still an A. And it's live. And I'm a musician, I'm a songwriter, singer, and I play live, and I know what live is. You can have your pants fall down live. I mean, literally, that could happen.
I had my guitar just kind of fall in the middle of a solo, so I'm holding it and I'm trying to figure out, it's like, how do I get this back up? Because I couldn't stop at that point. It's like I could finish the solo, but it's like I still had like 20 bars left. I don't know, it's just kind of a silly thing. Hey, but before we do this one with Nightwish, something I had fun with listening to a song of myself is thinking about the arrangement, because what got me is a lot of traditional, I shouldn't say traditional, a lot of typical metal songs. You got the intro, you got, of course, verse, chorus, and then, some sort of brutal breakdown so all the kids can dance, and bounce into each other and stuff. And what I liked about Nightwish is the break of expectation, doing something just a little bit different. I mean, they were still, in the metal genre, of course, but they were pushing the boundary a little bit. And what I was expecting them to do and what they did was a nice departure. And that really made me appreciate them a whole lot more than I expected to. Because I was like, oh yeah, metal bands, they got costumes, they're European, that's cool. But then they were doing something musically, and I was like, hey, that's really cool. Emphasis on really with that. So I'm excited to hear this one.
Me too. I've been excited to hear every single one. Please smash the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And make sure you check out Kyle Walz as well. And we're about to get started with this. Are you ready, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so without further ado, music teacher and Kyle Walz react to Nightwish Elan, live at Wembley Arena 2015. Here we go! Oh, Troy sounds amazing on this already.
I like that instrument sound.
What a band.
That's cool. The other song that I heard, that was the first time I heard the bass player, do some vocals too. And I think in the Ghost Love score, I didn't remember anybody besides her, because she was talking about her vocals in that video that we did. But that was cool to hear someone else, add some different texture. And I really like that flute. I mean, that's something. I mean, of course, in an epic symphonic, I shouldn't say symphonic, epic metal band like that, of course you're going to have a flute sometimes.
No, symphonic's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
And my loyal Nightwish Army fans have corrected me enough times that I remember off the top of my head now that is not a flute. That is an Irish low whistle. Okay? Get it right next time, good sir.
All right. That's funny.
Hey,
so they're from Finland, but they use an Irish low whistle.
Well, Troy, the guy playing that, he's a multi-instrumentalist that he just had joined the band at the same time Floor did, or similar time, prior to Wacken 2013. And he does all kinds of crazy stuff, man. He does awesome. The whistles, and he does and it starts with a U, so it's like Ulinean pipes. There's a lot of letters. I don't know. Yeah. He's like the session player for the pipes. Like, cool. Like if you hear that sound of the Ulinean pipes on like a movie score or something, it's a unique sound. 99% to 100%, it's him. So
awesome. He
was already sort of established as like, this folk instrumental player, and he also plays the guitar incredibly, sings and writes. And I guess also that the composer, Tuomas, and his wife and Troy, I think, have a trio that's like a side project. So, cool. Yeah, they're really tight now. And I love the composition. It is symphonic metal. That is correct. That's the correct genre. And they're playing along with background tracks. Those background tracks have whatever they need. Generally, it's orchestra sounds, choir sounds. If necessary, sometimes the bass player will switch over to guitar, so he'll play the bass on the tracks sometimes, because he had that cool double neck with the bass neck and then the guitar neck. That's really neat.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, it seems, and whenever I perform, I use pre-recorded drums, and I know sometimes and it's different when people are like 10 feet away from me. It's like, oh, you're not a real musician. I'm like, I produce this. It's like, I bet pretty much every concert you've gone to in the last 15 years, there's been pre-recorded something. If The Offspring is even using pre-recorded tracks, to expand their live sound, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean,
there never was. If you've got a drummer that's capable of sticking to a click track, and most drummers have to be in order to play in the studio anyway, then you can do it. That's really what it comes down to. And Nightwish has had a couple of different drummers, and they've both been exceptional at sticking to the click track. It's said that even with different drummers, you could take different versions of Ghost Love Score and play them at the same time, and they sync up exactly from different concerts. Cool. But they would have to because of the tracks. So I'm not saying that they were better or worse or any blah blah blah. I'm just saying that's how it's done. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. I was gonna say about that particular song. I don't want to call it pop metal, but it had a different rhythmic kind of element to it.
Yeah, it's like European folkish sort of element.
Yeah, almost that kind of Celtic vibe or Scandinavian. But I really enjoyed that because it wasn't like the brutal metal. I'm gonna they do some of that. Yeah,
they do some of that.
Yeah, people have told me it's like if you want to hear Floor growl, check out these tracks. So.
Oh yeah, dude. I got clickbaited on her on a Fan Friday. It said grunting like an animal, so I thought she was going to teach me. That was just like 15 seconds at the end where she said something about it. It was in the title. Okay. All right, now it's we're going to do Kyle's pick, but we got to because remember we had the little tester guy. because of that, Zoom's like making me like do a new room. So why don't we just go ahead and just do that real super fast and then we'll do Kyle's pick. All right, so everybody, I'll be right back. Don't wait. I mean, this will be 1 second, and Kyle will be back in 1 minute. All right? Okay, we're good. See what I tell you? I'm back. See? I'm back. It was so quick. See, it was cool. I'm expanding the channel right now. So I'm having lots of cool people that are lining up to be contributors. And so I'm doing just a little test call with them, just to vibe with them and make sure their internet works good. And we had just done a test call with Kilometro 1. Shout out. He's going to be coming on the show to do live reactions with me. So I'm really excited to have him. And so that's why we had to, end the call and rejoin the call, because there was 3 of us for a hot minute in this room before we started the stream. So sort of a long explanation. But anyway, guys, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And check out Kyle's channel, man. Kyle is a great singer, songwriter, guitar player, and, man, he rocks. I really enjoy having him on the channel. And we're about to do Kyle's pick. And Kyle's pick means I have no idea what it is. Kyle has picked something for me to react to. And that's always fun. And so if you guys want to pick something for me to react to, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can comment on this video, or you can go to my community page, and then I put up a post for each of my special guests. You can comment on there, and that's one of the quickest ways to get your request on. The quickest way of all is to join patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. And once you join Patreon, then you can message me on Patreon and tell me your suggestions right there. So, I don't know if Kyle was waiting for me to send him a new link. It's I'm just going to tell him here. It's the same link. And so, yeah, this is so much fun. I'm excited for Kyle's pick, because Kyle's introduced me to some really cool things so far. We did some Charlie Hunter, and that was fun. And we did what was the other one? Snarky Puppy. That was fun. I really enjoy having Kyle's introductions. Today I had a Kyle introduction premiere. It was a Machine Gun Kelly, I think. MGK. Yeah. So, just making sure he's coming, because I didn't see him yet back in the Zoom room. There he is. Excellent. And as he's setting back up sound and microphone. Excellent. Sorry about that. Cool. Awesome. So we're gonna do Kyle's choice. So why don't you go ahead and shoot me over the link if you didn't already, and I will get it queued up for everybody while you talk about it.
Okay, cool. So the link should be waiting for you. In between there, my cat decided to come in and start chewing on some cords.
Oh, I see it.
That took me an extra moment to get ready. So here is the band from the UK called Royal Blood, and they're one of my favorite duos. It's a bass player and a drummer. And here they are covering Roxanne by The Police. And I want to say I clicked on this and heard the first couple seconds, and I stopped that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to share this experience with Matthew, because it wasn't quite what I was expecting, and I'm curious to hear the rest of it. Because this was fun, and it was cool to hear, a couple players in the UK cover The Police, because that's always a tall order. Police are, they have some high level stuff in a way. So it's cool it'll be cool to hear what these guys do with this song.
All right, I personally love when covers of songs change them. And, that's actually funny, because I was going to mention this anyway. Sometimes I like to do a cover of a cover, okay?
Oh, yeah.
The first time I ever did a cover of a cover was way back when I was like 13, right? You know what it was. It's obvious. Guns N' Roses Knocking on Heaven's Door, covering Bob Dylan's Knocking on Heaven's Door. Come on, everybody's covered that cover of a cover. Like, the you know what I mean? It's the easiest freaking thing. It's G, D, and C, and people would ask for it. And knock, knock, knocking on heaven. Okay, anyway. All right. So, right? I mean, how can you get easier than G, D, and C? I mean, for playing guitar, it's great.
It's what the guitar was made for. Chords like that.
Sure, and it's just so much fun to learn and push the boundaries of music. So, the cover of a cover thing, I heard Toe Hider do an incredible cover of Jeremy by Pearl Jam.
Oh, wow.
And so, it was incredible. It was it was in his Full Moon Stream #1. Everybody, shout out to Toe Hider. Check him out. Incredible cover. And so that inspired me. And I didn't even care for the song Jeremy, but Toe Hider's acoustic guitar and vocal version was so awesome and inspiring that I'm doing an acoustic ukulele and voice cover of Jeremy now.
Oh, nice.
So just to change it up a little bit. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, and I'm going to be recording that soon. I just got a few more rehearsals. I just want to make sure it's a little bit tighter. Yeah. But, it's got some really nice changes in it, and they come out really good on the ukulele.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the harmonics are a little different at the beginning, but that's arrangement, you know.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yeah, with my ukulele, I tune it like a guitar, so I cheat.
No, that's not cheating. I mean, that's a strategy. Like, you can play 6-string banjo, and it's literally just a guitar that sounds like a banjo, and that's totally not cheating. That you just bought a banjo guitar. Right.
Yeah. What do they call those? A bantar or something?
A 6-string banjo. It's not even called a guitar, but it's tuned exactly the same as a guitar. You see my point.
Yeah.
It's not. I had one time. People said that using a capo was cheating. They're like, no, you should have to press your finger down all the time.
Right.
And I'm like, you sadistic piece of crap. If using a capo is cheating, then using a pick is cheating too. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Then using any tool on your guitar at all, anything other than your hands, is cheating.
Right. Yeah.
Right? No, that's called being smart.
Yeah, it's called getting the job done. Playing
exactly. I don't want my hand to hurt too much. I mean, I want to be able to play tomorrow and in 10 minutes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get to Kyle's choice here. It's all queued up. The Royal Blood cover. The Police's Roxanne in the live lounge. Kyle, are you ready to begin?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Hey, it's me, Sting. This is Stu. We're the Police. Check out our new single, Roxanne, on the Radio 1 Live Lounge. And we're also covering Royal Blood's Out of the Black. So, check it out and click here for more on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah. want to sing along again.
Yeah, it needs that background vocal.
Yeah, it does.
I like it though.
It's like a real minimal version of the same thing.
Power trio. Yeah.
Yeah. Big rock ending.
Yeah, it's cool they kept the drum solo.
Yeah.
That is how you end a song. That is how you end a
Cool.
song.
Yeah, when I first started to hear how that song was starting, like I said, I just wanted to share it with you and you know, have the experience. Like I said, I really missed the backing vocal, but you know, with two people and only one of them sing, you know, you can, you know, you do what you can do. I like how they took like the essence of the music, you know, and kept that going where, you know, it was kind of somewhere between the bass line and the guitar. And it seemed like the rhythm changed. Like the verse started pretty close, but then it seemed to be on the downbeat partway through the verse. And I was trying to catch it on the second verse to see if it did the same thing as the beginning. But then I got wrapped up in the song and kind of forgot to notice that.
It was so minimal that I think, at least while he was singing, a lot of time the guitar player was just playing single notes. Like not on the chorus and stuff. I'm just like, you know, on the da-da, right? And I was expecting to hear him play more because in the song the guitar plays more than that. He just left it open, you know, for the drums. And that wasn't a bad thing because it gives a nice contrast, right? When they're doing that. Right. They sort of punked it. I sort of felt like it had like a spin that was like a little bit like it was reminding me a little bit like almost Green Day, but not quite. Well, I'm trying to think of certain artist that has the sound that I'm trying to encapsulate. It doesn't matter. It was all its own. I loved it. It was cool, man. And you know, it gave me ideas. You know, because that is a fun song, and you know, they could have had somebody in the band had to be able to sing good enough. Just go Roxanne. Right. I mean, come on, dude. Even if you're not singing the right note, just because it's the freaking title. That was my only. That's what made it 97%. I'll take off 3 points because they didn't have somebody singing the title, and I'm really, really, really strict.
Good. Well, and it was cool. You know, we mentioned like a very stripped down, minimal version. It was cool to hear the way the bass player in that band plays stuff is he uses octaves to go up and down, and he's pretty much stuck with a distorted only tone, as far as I know. He uses a harmonizer to add an octave or jump an octave or to add a fifth, you know, so playing like power chords on a guitar.
That's true.
And on this song, they didn't use that, you know, and like you said, it was just the note. And it was cool. On the chorus, you know, the Roxanne part that people would sing, he kind of hinted at it a little bit on what he was playing, which was cool. You know, it was a different way to do that. And I'm always interested, you know, because people always think of music as, you know, you got 12 notes, but you can do almost infinite things with those 12 notes, which is cool. But what if you're trying to work with some self-imposed limitations? Like, hey, I have a bass. I'm only going to play single notes. How do I do something that's kind of sparse yet lush and very syncopated, like a Police song, you know, with these tools? And that was really neat to see that interpretation. So that was cool. I like those guys a lot. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. I like the energy. I like the energy a lot. When it first started, a group popped into my head that and then I lost it. And Green Day wasn't as close of a match. It wasn't as close.
They remind me a little bit sometimes of White Stripes, a little bit of Rage with the riffage, which always goes back to Zeppelin, you know. I'm trying to think of some other bands with that kind of tone, though, because I know what you're talking about. Kind of like late 90s, kind of wall of sound in the alt world type thing. But yeah, that bass player, his setup is heavily dissected, and he keeps some of it secret. You know, it's like, hey, what I'm using, you can get pretty close, but it's not going to be exact. You know, because there's videos of big name music shops trying to figure out his sound and doing like a poor person version and a rich person version. It's like, if you can afford all the gear you want, here's how you can do it. Or if you have a budget, you can do it like this too. So.
Yeah, that's, again, we talked about this before. That's why I love Reason so much as my dog, because it's just so full of virtual gear. I really don't prefer the subscription model, so I'm probably going to be with version 10 for quite some time. But you know, if they offer an upgrade where I can just purchase it, I will definitely do that. I didn't care about 11 though, because it only like allowed me to interface with like Pro Tools and I'm like, why would I need that? Like, I have Reason.
That's why we chose the other thing. You know?
Well, I mean, at first, that's all Reason could do, right? It wasn't, you couldn't record audio. It was just for MIDI. And so you had to outsource it to Ableton or Pro Tools or Logic or whatever. Anyway, that's a big side tangent. You're on a schedule. You got to get going. So we're going to cut it at 3 videos today. Unfortunately, it was worth it, though, because we're adding another person to the family. Shout out again to Killer Metro 1. You're going to be on the show soon. Guys, I really appreciate you guys, all of you. So go ahead and shout out your chats, shout out your comments. Like I said, if you have requests for future episodes, 2 ways you can do it. You can comment on the stream or the clips from it. Another way you can do it is you can comment on my community post. That's faster. And the third way, the fastest, best way of all, is to join patreon.com/Matthew Music Lesson Studio and get 10 times voting power. You can message me on Patreon. Check out Kyle Walz over on YouTube. He's got a great channel. He's got Instagram. Kyle Walz. Make sure you check him out over there as well. That's right. And as well, you can check out my website if you're interested in music lessons, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. We're finishing up for today. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Kyle. And I'll see you guys all next time on The Sound Live.